seeing the child not just in terms of their academic potential, but sort of nurturing their sense of community.
I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private and independent schools to bring you insights into school programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administration. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
Well, Patrick was at a Montessori before going to Giles, and we wanted a school where it would be language-based. And an acquaintance of ours recommended Giles, and we were looking at other schools. So we added Giles to the list. And as soon as we went to see Giles, we had such a good positive feeling, really. It's a small school, but we really like the sort of enriched, sort of progressive curriculum, which was language-based. I mean, the opportunity for our son to learn, not just in French and English, but Mandarin, was really attractive to us. And underpinning that is a sense of, they were really invested in the children. So that tipped the balance. He's thrived. I mean, he really loves it. I mean, I think he's made lifelong friends. He's really loved the collaborative nature of the lessons. It's very child-centered, sort of inquiry-led learning. It's academically challenging, but it's taught in such a warm and loving way that he's responded so positively to the experience, and meeting lots of other kids, some who have been there since pre-K, but other kids also who came around grade 2. The school really does accommodate all types of children from all types of backgrounds. So yeah, it's been a really positive experience for him. The small class sizes. He really enjoys the collaborative nature of his interactions with the teachers. If there's a problem, he knows that he can speak to one of his friends, or he can go directly to the teacher, and they will always have time to answer his questions. The fact that there's a lot of project work and presentations, so he likes that aspect of the school. The sense of community. It has a really proactive parents association. As I said, we joined in grade 2, so just towards the end of lockdown. So there wasn't as many social activities going on, but nonetheless, we were made to feel part of something straight away. We were invited to the WhatsApp group. So as a parent, we really appreciate being made to feel welcome. I know what surprised my son, the homework. There was so right from the get-go, they're taught to be independent learners and thinkers, how to be organized, and how to really take responsibility for their learning. So I think that was surprising, the amount of homework from the get-go, and the exams and tests that they have throughout the year. And the good thing about those tests and exams throughout the year is that there's no pressure. My son's never felt stressed about them. It's just an extension of the way they learn. And I think it holds them in good stead for their future journey, really, through the educational system and life. I think they're teaching them some really good foundational skills that they can carry forward. So yeah, I think that's been a surprise to us, but a positive surprise. Yeah. Oh, inclusivity, seeing the child not just in terms of their academic potential, but sort of nurturing their sense of community, um, really getting them and encouraging them to think globally, and understanding that, they're part of something bigger than themselves, and encouraging them to sort of express themselves, um, and to support each other, really. Yeah, and to take responsibility for their actions and, for their learning, really. Yeah. Very open, uh, down to earth, um, curious. I think parents who choose Giles are wanting the benefits of small class sizes as well, and community. I think it does draw parents who want to be part of something, and I think Giles is in many ways more than a school. It is a community. The teachers treat our children like they're part of their own families. So it's remarkable. Yeah. So I think and they all, I think, we all come from all sorts of different backgrounds as well. So there's always um, something to learn as well for us parents from each other. So that's, yeah, it's a good community. Um, yes, I think the external exams that they can opt into. So whilst I look Chinese, I have absolutely no Chinese language at all. It's my Chinese is absolutely god awful. So my son is learning not only in French and English but also in Mandarin, and so he had the opportunity to take the external YCT test last summer, and so I was really proud of that because he gets absolutely no help at home. So really, all of his learning in Mandarin and his success, his proficiency, is really down to him and his teachers at Giles. So yeah, and and how he organises his time. I think it's quite extraordinary. He's 9 years old, and on the whole, he really manages his time really, really well. And I think that's a direct result of the environment that he's in at Giles. The teachers are wonderfully warm and engaging. They're very open to having communications with parents. I would say communication on the whole is very good, but like in any organization, it can get better. It's a small school, but when you have 100+ parents, emailing, you've got to sort of expect that there's going to be a delay in maybe responding to your emails. So yeah, on the whole, it's been good. I mean, I think it's a very open school in terms of I go in every day, and if I want to speak to one of the admin staff, I have the opportunity to, or if I want to have a quick chat with one of his teachers, I'm able to do that. So yeah, it's a very open communication, I'd say. Oh, languages. I think that if you want to give your child the opportunity to learn in three languages, then I think Giles is probably one of the only schools in Toronto which gives your children the opportunity to do that. To be part of a diverse community, as I said, I think there's parents from all walks of life who whose children go to Giles and who contribute to that sense of community. Um, and it's child centered. It's academically rigorous, but it's a very nurturing environment. So I think if you want your kid to to be a lifelong learner and to be curious and to really be the best version of themselves. And I think Giles really helps your child on that journey, really. Yeah. That's 4 reasons, but yeah, it's a really, sorry, my maths is terrible. But yes, it's a great school. It really is a great school. Yeah. I would say that, Giles, is an unassuming school in terms of its built environment. It is a school which is very small. It's slightly tucked out of the way, so I don't think it's obviously maybe on the radar of families who are considering private schools. I always say it's probably one of Toronto's best kept secrets, and I'm happy to share that secret with any prospective parent. So I would say, keep an open mind, go in and engage with the admin staff, the teachers, and the parents. It's an amazingly welcoming school, and if you want, your children to learn, in 3 languages, and you want them to learn in an environment which really sees your child, really nurtures your child, then I think Giles is an amazing option for your children. Yeah, I just think it's just a wonderfully nurturing environment. I think it has that perfect blend of, rigorous academics, but delivered in such a nurturing, warm environment. There are, some things which I think, just due to its, the physical size of the school, it's limited. And so, I think in terms of sports, I think, it does, you know, um, struggle somewhat compared to the other bigger private schools with bigger facilities. But nonetheless, it really does do well, in that respect. It has a good option of extracurriculars as well. But I think that would be my one advice to parents whose children are particularly sporting, is that, is to consider that the physical limitations of the school environment maybe not allow for sort of, their children to, prosper, you know, in terms of a sporting environment. But it's a wonderful school with wonderful teachers. Yeah, we're really happy. Yeah, we're really happy.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.